that the Tigers will pull a victory over Senegal. But I've got joining me to talk about this and other things happening across the world of basketball. I've got Abayomi Ajowele, a basketball enthusiast, and would have to share his thoughts on this issue. Good to have you with us, Abayomi.
Good to join you again, Udoka. Nigerian basketball is currently in the place where everyone is just excited for the players only. I mean, the players are making their gifts, the fans, the journalists, and every lot of the sport, any form of joy when it comes to basketball. Not the organization, the federation, or the committees, but the players, because they are doing us wonderfully well, representing the Nigerian flag well. Senegal, the game against Senegal, I believe we're going to edge them. It was the Nigerian team customs. I went to represent Nigeria at the FIBA African League for the women. They finished fifth in the tournament. And what came to light for that tournament? And they won there. They did us proud. So I expect Coach Owa to also do the same thing with the coach. Nigeria will definitely be at the next year Olympics.
All right, Wood. I like the way you talked about it with a lot of enthusiasm, saying that Nigeria will be at the next Olympics. But of course, we know the familiar foes are right there on the road to the Olympic Games, and we know that it is not easy peasy for Nigeria. We should never underrate any opponent that we get to face. But looking at how the team has been built so far, the Tigresses now, I wonder what will happen in a couple of years' time, because you look at the star players in that team, the likes of Udoka, who has been pretty dominant in the football, rather, I was going to say Super Falcons, wow. In the basketball team, the Tigresses of Nigeria. In 5 years' time, how many of these players will be consistently playing for the female basketball team in Nigeria?
So, bar any federation hiccups again, because this was what happened this very last Afro basket. Bar any hiccups from the federation, I want to believe a large chunk of these girls will still be playing for the Tigers. If you look back, you could see the likes of the Aishas, the Enzini Carlos, the Amoka Maras, the Sarah Ogoke. One thing that worked for them was they played together for a lengthy period of time, and that was why they were able to do the Afro basket back to back. They played together for a long period of time. And what the coach is currently trying to do might work in our football and might not work in our favor. But the thing is to have backups, and he's going to make it out at the World Cup and the Olympics.
All right, I like the way you've put it out there, saying that the girls will surely go far, and of course it has to do with a lot of preparation. But I like how you also started saying, bar any issues from the NBBF, and talking about those issues now. Let's go straight to the second thing happening. We hear that because of paucity of funds, they're having challenges preparing for the Olympic Games. And my question is, why does it have to be some African countries that have to go through challenges with funds before going for a major tournament? Because we've seen other teams across the world, the likes of USA, Greece, Latvia, Argentina, they all prepare for games. Why must it be an African country that has to suffer and say, look, because we don't have money, we cannot go for tournaments like this? And yes, you want us to go a step higher, a notch higher, to get to win, probably perform well in games like the World Cup and the Olympics. But if we do not prepare well, there is no way we can even get to the podium to get bronze, silver, or even gold medal.
So when it comes to the paucity of funds, it irks a whole lot of us, because you understand how much money can be generated from basketball. We understand the leverage basketball actually gives to you. You say paucity of funds for them because these guys literally, they don't look into the future. These guys literally do not plan for the future. I mean, I came across the budget for the Olympics that we organized, the Olympic Qualifiers games that we organized at the Eco Hotels, and even without seeing the budget, you can just have an idea. If you're there, you could have an idea of how much must have gone into this particular tournament, setting up the tournament inside the Eco Hotels itself. It's the biggest platform for that. Every player wants to play at the Olympics. All the greats you can ever think of, they played at the Olympics. The Michael Jordans, the Larry Birds, the Magic Johnsons, the Kobe Bryants, the Curry, the LeBrons, they all played at the Olympics. They all went to the World Cups. So this is the biggest avenue for the players, because it's an avenue to also sell themselves away from the markets they are in. For an example, they have probably the best facility in Africa currently. That facility was built under 1 year. And that facility has now turned to a mega facility for them. I mean, the Giant of Africa Festival that was held in Rwanda. Inside that facility, where you had your Davido, your Tiwa Savage, all the best of the artists came there to perform live. These are ways with which you could start generating income. But under this federation, the federation should name one to get funding. I remember when Sunday Dare was the Minister of Sport, they started a program, Adopt a Team. Some banks adopted the bowling girls, adopted different teams. Are we saying as a basketball team, they cannot go to a corporate firm and make them adopt the basketball? We saw how ITO adopted football in Nigeria. So are we saying basketball? The thing is, these basketballers actually have more leverage. They have more clout than some of these other sports that have been adopted, where the players can easily be ambassadors, and we can have conversations around these things. So one thing I just believe it's all about the trust. The players do not trust the federations. That is one thing. And once this thing is not fixed, once this thing is not attended to, but continue to go around in circles, around this issue. The players need to trust the federation. All the federation needs to do for the players to trust them is one, open communication. The federation must have an open door policy with these players, all the players. If possible, have a conference where you can host all the Nigerian players, past and present, and those who think would actually come play for Nigeria. Let's have a conference. Let the stakeholders have a face-off with the players. This let everybody air their views. Now let there be a white paper where resolutions can be made. And this, I believe, is the first step to Nigeria actually having a balanced federation and a player representation.
All right, we just hope that things will start working well for Nigeria basketball for male and female, and also grassroots level. I would also want to touch on grassroots because we talk about facilities, we talk about people, the guys who will play the games. I would know that we've seen a lot of private bodies and ex-players wanting to give back to the society. We've seen basketball courts, beautiful basketball courts across Nigeria, and we keep wondering, when are we going to get things right in the country? So because of time, I would say we'll push this conversation to another day because it will surely take a long time for us to finish talking about it. Yeah, definitely. But of course, thank you very much, Abayomi, Ajowele, for joining us today to talk about basketball and everything happening with the country. And once again, compliments of the season to you and your family.
Same to you, Udoka. Just one last thing. Now, the Governors' Cup is really going on at Roe Park. So Nigeria should come out, come watch some of the best players in Nigeria play at the Governors' Cup here at Roe Park, Yaba.
All right, so thank you very much. We surely will be there to see what's happening with grassroots basketball at Roe Park. And of course, from that talk, let's go straight to the NBA, talking about the regular season. We saw Boxing Day games and interesting matchups. I must say, the likes of the Clippers were in action. And of course, for the Clippers, they did clip their opponents.